Hey everybody, it's Mike up on top of Springer. It is 10:08 in the morning. As you can see, it's fogged in quite a bit. Few people at the summit there. I'll try to shoot some video real quick of that. But yeah, it's pretty fogged in. You have to go a mile from the parking lot up. The hostel drops you off the parking lot. You know, let's just say I don't have my hiker legs. You know, I think it's not god awful, but it's you know, you're uphill, you're going up, and with a bag today when I weighed it, it was 28 pounds, which is more than I thought it should be. Now that's with a liter of water and food, and I probably brought a few little extra stuff that I'm going to be getting rid of here, probably by Neil's Gap. I'll do a shakedown and ditch some because yeah, the pack was heavy coming up, and I don't think I didn't cinch down tight enough. It was pretty loose and it was a little uncomfortable, so hopefully I can get all that worked out. But yeah, hey, feeling good. I got, you know, nice break. It's not super cold out, but you know, took off my jacket and I was a little chilled at first. That was just from the sweat cooling down, but now that I've dried off a little bit, it's fine. And I already met a couple guys, and hopefully we're gonna try to make, I think it's Hawk Mountain tonight, which is like 8 miles or so, I think. So hopefully you can do that. Talk to you later. This is coming down from Springer, heading north towards Katahdin. It's 10:25 as I leave the top of Springer, and I got a mile downhill towards the parking lot, which is cool. So anyways, I'll check back in a little later. Trail's nice, a little muddy at spots, but not god awful. Could be worse, obviously. For those of you, family and friends, who don't know much about the Appalachian Trail, that white mark on that tree is called a white blaze, and they're ever so often, and that's how you know you're on the trail and you're going, well, doesn't necessarily mean you're going in the right direction, because if you get turned around and you follow them southbound, well, you're just going back where you came from. But so if I keep seeing the white blazes as I go, that means I'm at least on the trail. And then let's just hope I'm going the right direction, which, you know, technically, you know, you're northbound, but sometimes the trail, you know, goes east and west and then towards the north. So you just never know. But the compass it's not a true north, it's a trail north. So anyhow, this is what the trail looks like. I know I have at least 4 people behind me. I have 3 Germans, and I have a guy that was going up to top when I was coming down, and then there was a younger guy who was on his way down. He had stayed at the shelter at top of Springer, but he said he was going to take his time. He was unloading some gear. And my group, this guy Andrew from DC, he's way ahead. And then there's Julian from Connecticut, young kid, he's up ahead. And then another German, Gustav, pretty nice guy. He's up front too. They're all really nice. I think we're all going to try to meet in Hawk Mountain. I'll probably be the last one in, but it's good so far, you know. So let's get this turned around. Yeah, so anyhow, here's my ugly mug. I just can't believe I'm out here finally on the AT. It's been a long time thinking about it, talking about it, planning it, and here I am. Now, Katahdin, or hopefully We'll see. Sign coming up. We intersect with this Benton McKay Trail. It's like the third time I've crossed it. Here's the signs for it. The Appalachian. And another white blaze, and another white blaze. So, you know you're on the Appalachian Trail when you see the white blazes. Which is nice. This isn't too bad. Since the parking lot, there really hasn't been any major ups. It's mainly been down. There's been a small climb up, but I mean, it was nothing. That Springer Mountain, getting to the top there, that 1 mile up, you know, that put me in the real world. I realized, what am I doing out here? But, you know, I'm hoping toughen it out and get my trail legs going in a, you know, a few days or a week or two, and hopefully it'll get a lot easier. As some of my family and friends know, I have a lung disorder, so I only have 50% usage of my lungs. So when you hear me breathing hard, that's why. The other thing I haven't told the people out in the YouTube world that are following my page, I was 350 pounds a year ago, and I'm 220 now, or sorry, 228 now. So another reason I'm out here, I've got the lung disorder, I've lost weight, I got, obviously the lung disorder did lead to some heart issues, but I feel good, so I want to try it. I wanted to get out here and do this, and I'm going to take my time. You know, I'm no rush. That's why I started at the very first part, so I had plenty of time. I can, you know, if I only do 8 miles, I only do 8 miles. If I only do 5, I only do 5. I want to do 10 a day. This first day we're only going to do 8. If everybody stops at the shelter like they say they're going to, then I'll stop there. I'd like to be able to get to do 10 or more once I get in shape. Definitely more than 10. But, you know, if you average 10 miles a day, that's not bad. You know, so I'm hoping to be able to do that. And, you know, we'll see. Yeah, that's my story. I figured I'd let you guys know, so you're wondering why I'm huffing and puffing so much. That would be why, you know. I just can't believe I'm out here finally. I can remember a year ago being in the hospital and things weren't looking good, and just wishing I could come out and do something like this. And here I am. So anyways, enough about me. I don't want to get all sappy-pappy. I'll shoot some video here of the trail a little bit, and then well, then you got 2 white dash blazes, which means there's going to be a turn in the trail, and we're coming up to a shelter. So the trail goes that way. You can see a white blaze way down there, and the shelter's this way. And let's just go look at it And then the shelter, when you go off trail there's little side trails for things like shelter and that. And there's blue blazes. It's not the AT trail, but they're just off the AT trail. They might take you to a lookout, or to a scenic view, or to like a shelter, or down the water. So there's a bunch of blue blaze trails off of the AT trail. But anyways, let's go up and check out the shelter. It's just up here. Stover shelter. It's what they look like. Some people choose to sleep in here other than their tents. I don't know if you can see it in the video or not. It's dark in there, but it's nice, I guess. A picnic table, fire pit. Anyways, that's that. I just left Stover just a little bit ago. The Germans had caught up to me, the 3 Germans, and a guy from Florida named Bacon, or his trail name he said is Bacon. And a real nice guy. I think he's through hiking also. But anyways, so I think it said as of right now, when I looked at the map, 2.8 miles in, which isn't, it's okay. And hope to make hawk shelter by 4 o'clock is my goal. So we will see. So still going strong. Lighten my load by 2 pounds because I drank a liter of water already. So a liter of water weighs 2 pounds if you didn't know. So that's good. I got 1 liter left, but I've passed a couple water sources, but I'm gonna wait before when I get close to camp, then I'll fill it up. I thought I'd come back on. 4 miles in, so I'm halfway to the shelter. I think it's 8 point something miles, but this is a kind of a nice part of the trail, nice and wide. Oh, that's the one thing I was gonna say. You gotta watch the roots. They'll reach up and grab your foot. I've tripped. I haven't fallen down, but I've tripped a couple times. Well, my big mouth, it just happened. I just fell. I can't believe it. And I'll tell you what, trying to get up when you got a 28-pound bag on your back isn't as easy as you think. Felt like a big turtle laying on the ground. I'm okay, obviously, but I just got to be honest in the video. It happened. This big old man just took a tumble on an easy part of the trail. But that's what happens. You're not paying attention. I was looking down and, I don't know, daydreaming or something, and bam! Anyways, just wanted to throw that out. So I'm taking a break, drinking some water, and then I'll get going. Thanks. Stupid root. Well, I don't know if you can hear me, but I made it to the camp, Hawk Mountain Campground. I didn't